Yeah, okay.
Yeah, at first I want to introduce my project. I choose the rain for my subject is some kind of the reason I love the England because it's very different from China I lived before.
Sure.
It's very rainy here all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's influenced me the daily life and the mood and everything is totally different.
Yeah.
So I think it's different people have different feeling about that.
Sure.
So how about you?
Yeah, it's interesting. Whenever I go abroad and then come back, and it's normally on the plane, when the plane's flying into land, and I look out the window, and you get to England, and you notice how green it is. It's fantastically green, and I always try and remind myself, and I love that. I love looking out the window and seeing that greenery, and it looks very different to lots of other countries. And I try and remember that when it's been raining for days and days and days and days and days, that it doesn't seem very nice when maybe you feel like you can't go out, or you get out and you get very wet the whole time. But I always try and think about the positive side of that rain, which is it makes the country really, really green. And so I actually kind of really like it. I don't mind being wet. I don't mind being hot, but I don't really like being cold. So it's the cold weather that I really find difficult. But wet weather, I don't know why, I always think I can get dry really simply. I don't think I can get warm, which I can do. But I always think, it's not a problem, I can get dry. And I remember there was a woman I used to know before, and it was really throwing it down with rain, really, really raining. And she noticed me, she said that I was the only person walking with my head up high as I was walking along. And she said I was just strolling along, and everybody else was like this. And the rain was throwing itself down, and I was just strolling along. And she made a point of mentioning it, and I was just thinking, I actually quite like the rain. I don't mind the rain.
So how about your feeling? Is you feel happy or the feel sad or?
When it's raining?
Yeah.
Generally, I don't. I think the weather only really influences me when it's cold. When it's cold, I'm not very happy at all. So I get quite miserable, and I have to wear big coats the whole time, and I have to wrap up. That's the only time that I'm really, really unhappy with the weather. The hotter it is, the happier I am. I love it when it's really, really hot. I'm really pleased about that. And rain, I don't mind. I don't mind the rain. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. It doesn't tend to influence my mood as much as the sunshine does, or the cold does.
Okay. And like, when you was young, like as a child, how's the memory? You scared of the rain, of the storms?
No, very similar really. And I still do. I still really love thunderstorms and lightning because it's so dramatic. It's really,
Wow.
really, I love that.
Powerful.
Yeah, absolutely, really powerful, and I really like that. I like to feel like you're really alive, and I think the rain does that with me because you can see it. It's really visible. The heat, you don't really see it. Sometimes you might see the shimmering, the heat waves, but you don't really see the rain. Cold, you feel it, but rain, you can see it. You can see it all over. So I really like that. So as a young kid, I loved the rain. I really liked it, and I used to walk all the time from my house to school, and it was about a 20-minute walk. And I never used to wear. I used to wear my school blazer, and I used to get to school and I'd be really, really soaking wet, but I didn't particularly mind it. So I'm used to the rain. Again, as you said, if you grow up in England, then you have to be used to the rain.
Yeah.
So I quite like the rain. It's one of those seasons that I actually quite like.
You're the only one said you don't afraid the storm and the
Really?
thunder. This afternoon, the 4 people, you are the only one. You like that. You can see the magic. You can see everything.
Yeah, that's true. It's genuinely true. I'm quite happy in the rain. I always think I can get dry, and I don't know why I don't think I can get warm. So the cold. Some people really like the cold. So when it's snowing, I don't like it. You won't see me smiling. But I don't mind any other.
Because your blood like the water.
It must be, yes, it must be. And it doesn't matter whatever types of gloves I've tried. I don't know how many different pairs of gloves in my life. My hands always get cold. There's never a pair of gloves that can fit me. My fingers normally are really white because they're so cold. So I think I really feel the cold, you know. Maybe it's because I'm skinny. I've not got enough fat in my system. I don't know. But yeah, I've never really enjoyed the cold, but I've never had a problem with the rain. And the opposite, I actually quite I like it. I like it.
So your story about the rain is what?
Yeah, my story about the rain. So this is a story for when I was a youngster. So I was about 13, and I've got 2 young children now, and they're both into sports. And so I'm driving most weekends. I'm taking them to football matches. Now, when I was a youngster, you used to have to walk to school. We never had a lot of money in my family, so we never had a car. And also, more importantly, parents didn't tend to take their kids to football matches or sport. You tended just to go yourself. So you would walk, and it was a Saturday morning. It was a rugby match, and I played rugby, and I was really fast. So I was always the guy who was on the wing. So the idea was you'd throw it to me, and then I would run so fast and score a try. But I never really particularly liked rugby. I used to like running, but the problem was you got all these really big, hard.
It's a tough sport.
It's a tough sport.
You know,
Yeah,
strong
you
body.
need to be, exactly, big, and I was not big, I was a skinny little kid. So I used to love the running, but I never used to like it when people used to jump on me. So I woke up one morning, and it was one of those mornings you just thought, it'd been raining for hours and hours and hours all morning, and I was lying in bed thinking, shall I bother going to the match, because it's going to be cancelled. It's going to be cancelled. Shall I go? The teacher had said that anybody who doesn't turn up for matches is going to be in detention. So I was like, it's raining, it's raining, it's raining, it's raining. There won't be a match. Shall I go? Okay, I'll go. I decided to walk. All the while I'm walking, it's really throwing you down. And I'm thinking, it's going to be cancelled. It's going to be cancelled. This is a complete waste of time, me going to this rugby, going to school, because it's going to be cancelled. We get inside, and to my amazement, the other team members are also there, because I thought nobody was going to turn up. I thought it was just going to be me. Everybody would realise it's not going to be put on. It's just going to be me, the idiot, there. But everybody was there. I was really surprised. And so then I was saying, it's going to be cancelled. We were going, yeah, it's going to be cancelled, it's going to be cancelled, it's going to be cancelled. Of the other team here, the other team, they're not turning up, they're not going to be here. And then the other team turn up. And we were like, oh, the other team are here. We went to our teacher, it's going to be cancelled, right? It's going to be cancelled. I think it's going to be cancelled, yeah. He went to the other teacher, and they went, oh no, we'll play the match. And we're going, it's been raining for like 5 hours, really heavy rain. The pitch is all waterlogged. So really lots of mud, lots of rain, really sticky, it's cold, it's throwing it down with rain. And we're all looking at each other going, we're going to be playing in the rain. I can't believe that. And it was really interesting. It was the most fantastic match I've ever played in. And the reason is because once everybody realised that we were going to be playing, nobody wanted to be the substitute. Everybody wanted to play, because if you were substitute, you were going to be standing in the cold for 80 minutes, just standing by the side. If you were playing, you were going to be running around, staying warm at least. And so everybody went in the changing rooms. Once we realised we were going to be playing, everybody got really, really, really excited, really into trying to play the best game they'd ever played. And the energy, the amount of energy that was on the pitch was just unbelievable. I've never experienced a game as fantastic as that, and it was all because of the rain. The rain made everybody go, I'm going to get wet, I must forget that I'm going to get wet, and I have to enjoy myself. So it was fantastic. It was a really fantastic illustration of how you can take something that seems to be quite horrible and make it fantastic and interesting. And like I said, I used to play football, rugby, athletics. So I used to do long jump, 100 metres, 400 metres, 800 metres. I used to do cross country. I used to play cricket.
Wow.
So I did a lot of sport, and so all year I was doing one sport or the other, and I did it for 5 years that you're at that school level, and it was the best, the most exciting individual experience I'd ever had, that one game, and it was all because of the rain. So that's my story.
Wow.
So it's like there's always two sides of a thing. So
Yeah, I think once everybody in the team realised, we all realised you were going to get wet, you can't avoid it, so you better make the most of it. And like I said, nobody wanted to be substitutes because you were going to be standing there like this, freezing. So everybody just ran around the whole time and like, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. And it was the only time I wanted people to jump on me because it would be a bit warmer at the bottom of all of these people on top of me. So it's just fantastic. It was exactly what you said, everybody just trying to make, you know, we all realised you can't avoid getting wet. So you just got to go and enjoy yourself. And I think that's why when I was saying earlier on about me walking through the street with my head up high in the rain, I think that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just enjoy the fact that the rain actually is quite positive.
yeah, that's really good attitude to doing something
Yeah.
like no matter it's in life or sports or things like
I
that.
think so, yeah. I tend to be that kind of person. I tend to see the positive of a situation rather than the opposite. So I try and make the best out of what is there, really. And like I said, what was really interesting about this experience was everybody came off the pitch saying, what a fantastic game, and it was really close as well. So we just won. You know, our team won, but it was really close. And so I think the other team had done the same. They'd gone, we're going to get wet, I might as well try and enjoy myself. So everybody really, you know, got stuck into the game and the experience. It was brilliant. It was really, really good. And I wrote, you know, and it was a long time ago now, and I really remember that match because of that, and it's because of the rain. It's because the whole morning I'm going, we're not going to be playing. Surely we can't be playing. It's too wet. It's too wet. It's too wet. It's too wet.
So the rain made it dramatic.
It made it very dramatic. Yeah, it made it
We've got
absolutely.
the peak. It's
Yes.
got the start.
Yeah, definitely. It was a fantastic experience. It was really good. And I still remember it years and years later. I remember that, you know. And there are lots of football matches that I don't remember, or rugby matches I don't remember. That one I remember.
Yeah. How about your family member to the rain?
So there's rain, very different.
Mhm.
So there are 6 of us in my family.
Uh-huh. So only just you like the rain?
I've probably, yes, yeah. I mean, I think I really enjoy it. Everybody else goes out kind of okay. One of my sisters doesn't like it at all. She's probably more like the people you've interviewed earlier on.
Valerie, she said, I hate the rain. I don't want to live there.
Really?
She want to live in the breeze.
Okay.
When she have time, she want to
Yeah.
spend time.
Well, I think it's fun because I've been to Greece, I've been to Nigeria, I've been to various parts of America, Switzerland, Germany, you know, and it's just so fantastically green. And when you go to really hot countries like Spain, my sister lives in, the sister who doesn't like the rain, she now lives in Barcelona, and obviously that's really hot in the summer, you know, in Spain, and she, we go to visit her quite often, and we're just struck by how dry it all is. It's very dry. It's very dry, and the dry makes it quite dusty. And it's a bit like Nigeria, like you always have to be sweeping because dust just comes into the house. Dust is everywhere, and it's just such a dry country. And whenever you come back here, you just realise how wonderfully green it is. So I just think it's fantastic, that whole, you know, and so the rain just brings that whole. You can really see life starting to happen because it's just growing the whole time. So yeah, I understand the people, you know, you hear the stories of people in America and California, and they never know what season it is because it's always sunny. And I always think, gosh, isn't that really boring? Where it's just it's all of the time, it's the same. One of the great things about England is that you can have all of the 4 seasons in one day. It can snow and rain and be sunny, you know, all in the same day. And I quite like that. You know, I like what that brings.
Yeah, I love that feeling because, you know, my boyfriend is Malaysian.
Right.
He lives in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Typical, it's tropical place.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's like every day in a year is above 30 Celsius.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so
wow.
you sweat all the time. so,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, I like this change. I like, and that's the thing about things growing is that you can see things changing like in front of your eyes. I really like, but in a way that it seems to be about new life, new spring, all that wonderful stuff. So I really like, I like the rain. I like the rain. So as long as you dress up, you was talking about going to Norway earlier on, and I remember reading this quote about one of the Scandinavian countries, and they were saying, it's quite cold there, and they were saying, there's no such thing as bad weather, there's only bad clothing. And I think as long as you dress appropriately for whatever weather it is, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So you don't really get wet. I've got lots of stuff to protect me from the rain. I've got lots of stuff to try and keep me warm. If you get hot, you can take layers off. So I just think it's often about how you're dressed. If you're prepared for it, then it's okay. So I don't bother with umbrellas. I don't bother using an umbrella.
It's useless for umbrella
Yeah.
because it's strong winds
Yeah,
and blow.
exactly. And it's like once it gets wet, when you're inside, where do you put it? And
Yeah.
I don't bother with umbrellas. I think you might as well just have the rain coming on your face and try and enjoy it.
So do you have some things you like have the rain size in the field? Some plot you like?
No, I would not really. No, I think